Hey, welcome back to Coffee, Chaos, and Grace. I'm Cheryl, and thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, I really appreciate you being here. And if you've been with me already, I've been doing this for about 2 weeks. Thank you so much for continuing to join me. I really appreciate that too. Today, we're going to be talking about something that is a difficult subject for a lot of us, but I think it's an important thing for us to talk about. Oh, my nose itches. Sorry about that. We're going to talk about divorce. And I will tell you, divorce isn't something that I planned for. Like many people, I thought my life was going to be very different than it ended up being. But as painful as divorce was, it taught me some lessons that I may have never have learned otherwise. So today I want to share a few of those lessons in case you're walking through something similar. Okay. So lesson one, let me just tell you, during difficult seasons, everything feels overwhelming. I mean, you can survive more than you think is my first lesson. There's uncertainty, there's fear, there's loneliness, there's financial concerns, right? But the thing is, we're often a lot stronger than we realize. And it's times like this is when it really shows up and we see that. I didn't feel strong at the time, but I kept taking the next step. That's kind of a theme, right? It's just taking the next step. It helps us out of a lot of situations that we're in. But that was the very first thing. It's just that I knew that I could survive more than I thought I could. The second lesson that I learned was that I needed to let people help me. Oh, we're kind of taught to be independent women, right? I can do this. I don't need anybody's help. And many of us try to carry everything alone. I think that's kind of the nature of women a lot of times. And I really found that my support system mattered. My friends, my family, my community, people around me really mattered when I was going through this difficult time. And I had to learn that accepting help wasn't weakness. It actually made me stronger. Okay, so that was my lesson 2. Lesson 3. I kind of have a few, right? Lesson 3 was that my life wasn't over just because I was getting divorced. I mean, in my head, I really felt like that was what was happening at the time, that this was the end. This is really one of my most important lessons that I had to learn. After divorce, it's just easy to believe that your best years are behind you, that you failed, that you'll never be happy again. And I will tell you, that's a trap. It's a trap that you kind of set for yourself. A chapter ending doesn't mean that it's the end of your story. And that was a huge lesson to learn. Like part of me starting this whole YouTube channel was because I really wanted to start over again, right? At 63, I was going, I need to do something different. I need to have something in my life that I am dedicated to and that will help me help others and help myself. And so this whole starting over thing is a constant theme in my life and can be in yours as well. If you are not satisfied with certain things that are happening in your life, do a do-over. Start again. We only have so many years to live, right? And we can take those years and make them the best that we possibly can by sometimes just stopping and going, I don't like the direction I'm moving in. I'm going to do something different. Okay. That was a biggie. Um, I don't know about you, but I like to kind of control things that are happening in my life. Do you ever feel like that? Okay. And so I think the fourth lesson that I learned from divorce was I needed to let go of this need to rewrite the past. Okay, I didn't have to keep going, what if I had done this? Or why did this happen? Or if only I had blah, blah. No, I didn't have to do that. I needed to focus in a different direction. And my new focus was, what now? What am I going to do now? Healing really began when I stopped living in the version of my life that just didn't happen. The last big lesson that I learned, and it's part of the reason why there's a word that's a part of the title of this YouTube channel and is following me throughout my entire life, and that is grace matters. You have to give grace to yourself, you have to give grace to others, and you have to give grace to the process, because it totally is a process that you go through. Healing takes longer than we expect it to. There's always going to be things that kind of rear their ugly heads and we use the word trigger, right? But make you feel something again. Even after as long as I've been divorced, because my divorce has been over 20 years, I still have times when I can feel certain things again, right? So that healing is still happening, but it's okay. If divorce taught me anything, it's that life can still be beautiful even after a big disappointment like that. And that some of the things I treasure most today came after one of the hardest seasons in my life. Yeah. So do you have any difficult seasons that taught you something valuable? I would love to hear about that. I really want to make comments in these videos all about a dialogue that we are having with each other, that we are having with me. I promise if you comment, I will at least comment back and thank you for the comment. If not, start a dialogue with you, because I just feel like we all need to have a support system, and some people have better support systems than others. And if we can support each other, then I really think that we are doing a great work. So I think we're proof that life doesn't have to go according to plan to turn out meaningful. And I did write something down. I'm going to read it. Divorce taught me that happiness doesn't come from finding the right person. It comes from becoming comfortable with myself. Moral of the story. Anyway, thank you so much for being with me. If you've made it to this part of the video, I really appreciate you being here. And if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. We also have a Facebook group that I'm just starting, and I would love to have you join us there. There is a link to that Facebook group in the description. Please just become part of this community that is here to love and to support each other through some of these difficult times, but through celebrating our season of life. Thank you again so much. And until tomorrow, give yourself some grace today. Bye.